Season's greetings and happy holidays. My name is Ben and welcome back to the bench, guys, for a brand new episode here on 12 Sprues of Kit-mas. We are into build day number 1. So today we're going to go ahead and grab that random drawing box. We're going to punch on through the first day and see what we have in store for us on today's episode. So let's go ahead. Without further ado, let's grab that box. Now you might remember this from the last couple of years. This is my 12 Sprues of Kit-mas drawing box. We're going to go ahead and punch on through this corner right here. That's the one we're going to start off with. And we're just going to go bit by bit, day by day, all the way across, all the way down to the very end, to day 12. So from day 1 to day 12. Let's see what we have in store for us. My wonderful girlfriend went ahead and placed these for me, so she chose the order. Let's see what she did. So first on, let's go ahead and grab this one right here, and we're going to punch right on through. Fingers crossed this is a good one. So let's get in there. Sometimes she tapes them to the side of the opening, so let's go ahead and reach around, and let's see. Oh, okay, here it is. I got it. Go ahead and pull that right on out. And let's see what we've got in store for us. It is the, drumroll please, 1/72 scale F11F Tiger. All right, the Hasegawa kit starting off strong. Now this kit, like I mentioned in my unboxing video, is a little bit on the older side. So we have raised panel lines here. It's not recessed, so it's not what you consider a modern kit, but it looks pretty decent. So I'm hoping it builds together well. Now I mentioned also the first thing I want to do with this model, I want to make it an ornament, and especially the fact that this would look awesome next to my F9F Panther that I've got there on the tree already. So looking through, it doesn't look too difficult to make. Everything should just kind of slot into place. I will end up folding the landing gears and closing those off because I want it in the flying position. And since there's no detail in the cockpit, we're just going to go ahead and black it out because there's no point in adding it in. You're not going to see it. And there's nothing to see anyway, so no problem. Anyway, let's jump into our very first time lapse. We're going to start off with some basic assembly. Go ahead and get the seams all finished up, sand some stuff, get the wings put together, get this thing more or less built up and ready to go. And we'll be back and we'll see how it goes together. All right, guys, let's get this party started. Alright everybody, we are back, and so far so good. The kit has gone together decently. I do have a couple of larger gaps though between the wing and the fuselage, so we're going to go ahead and just fill those with a little bit of Mr. Surfacer. We'll go ahead and use some 500, just mix it up and drop it right into place. Now I gotta tell you, this is a really cool looking airplane. It's one of the very first supersonic fighter jets. It's always a bit depressing the fact that we just can't get these in a really modern, brand new kit in 1/48 scale. I would love a 1/48 scale kit of this. Instead, we've got this 1/72 scale, which isn't terrible, mind you. It's got a little bit of some issues here and there, but for the most part, it's not bad. And then we have the Limburg kit also, which is not great. At least that's what I've heard. There's also a resin kit floating around out there, but it is stupid expensive. So I'm just going to go ahead and bide my time, enjoy building this particular kit, and wait till something else pops up in 1/48, which I've heard rumors that a couple companies are thinking about making one, and I think one is even designing something. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm just going to go ahead and use some Mr. Surfacer 500. We're going to go ahead and draw it across all these different gaps and openings, lessen some of these gaps just a tiny bit because they would actually have panel lines there anyway, so I don't want to eliminate them, I just want to minimize them. Flip it over and do the same thing on the underside of the wing as well. So we're going to go ahead and finish this off. We're going to roll into some primer, some sanding, and basic painting. Got to get some pre-shade in there as well. And I'm thinking for the pre-shade, I'm going to go ahead and use some red brown by Tamiya. That should be an interesting color scheme. And then we'll apply some light gold gray for the upper surface and some insignia white for the undersurface. Then we have to mask off the leading edges, which will be silver. Some of the areas like the nose cone and the tail leading edge will be black. Everything else we'll just go ahead and piece it together as we go. Lastly, we'll apply some gloss, get this ready for decals, and we'll be back. So let's keep on going. We're getting there. So with everything now nicely glossed, we're going to go ahead and move over to decals. And yeah, so far this doesn't look that terrible. You know, I have a couple of little issues here and there. Some of the part fit hasn't been the greatest, but you know what? From 3 feet, it looks like a tiger and I'm happy with it. So now we're going to go ahead and switch over to our decals, and fingers crossed, these are going to work. Now I mentioned in my unboxing video that these are slightly yellowed. And yeah, we have the carrier film around some of the lettering and whatnot. It has yellowed a little bit, which is not great, but I don't think it's going to be a big big deal. I might be able to kind of eliminate a little bit of that. We'll see how it goes. But we're going to go ahead and just dive right on in. We're going to be doing the version with that awesome looking yellow lightning bolt coming off that intake. I think that's a really snazzy looking version. So we're going to go with that. We're going to just go step by step, apply all the decals, and then we're going to come back. We're going to hit the gloss coat over that to go ahead and make sure those decals are nice and protected. Then we're going to apply a sludge wash. And even though this is a raised panel line aircraft, we're still going to go ahead and use that sludge wash to kind of tint down certain areas and to get it a little bit on the dirtier side. Then we'll hit it with semi-flat coat, install our tree hook, and I think we'll be good to go ahead and show you guys the finished product. Let's finish off our Tiger. All right, everybody, we are back and we have finished build day number 1. And I got to tell you, that was not a terrible build. That was actually a lot of fun. Yeah, some of the parts were a little off here and there. There was not much detail and the decals were slightly yellowed, but I think honestly came out looking all right. So here it is. This is the F-11F Tiger by Hasegawa, 1/72nd scale. Ended up not putting on the drop tanks, just went right for the Sidewinder missiles and got that hook in there, and it's going to hang proudly next to my F-9F Panther. As you can see, blacked out the canopy. There's not much in there really to see, so I don't feel bad about that. Tried drilling out the gun ports there. That didn't go according to plan, but it's good enough. And then of course I had a little bit of some mishap with the top seam when I went ahead and installed my tree hook. It did separate just a little bit. Other than that, though, I think we've gotten that more or less wound up, and I'm going to leave it. You know, there's not supposed to be a panel in there, but we have one there now. So we're just going to carry on. The intakes are also a little wonky too. keep that in mind if you ever decide to build this kit. But overall, for a 12 sprues, for something rapid fire, just build it up and get it on the tree, not too bad. I really actually enjoyed it. And the decals did work, but yeah, they are a bit yellowed. So that does it for build day number 1. We're going to go ahead and hang this there on our tree. We're going to move in next episode for build day number 2. Go ahead and pop the next one and see what we have in store for us then. But with that being said, guys, we're all wrapped up with this kit. Thank you so much for joining us here on build day 1. We'll go ahead and see you back here on build day number 2. So until then, you guys know the drill. Go out there, get yourself some bench time, have some fun, build something cool. Hope everyone was having a wonderful holiday season so far. And we'll see you back here on build day number 2 here on the 12 Sprues of Kit-mas. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you soon.